he was just a shadow, huddled in the corner of a cold, sterile shelter kennel. His eyes, wide with terror, saw nothing but threat. A broken spirit. A dog nobody wanted. A life seemingly without hope. Then, a purr, gentle yet insistent. A tiny paw reached out. An unexpected touch. It wasn't another dog. It was a cat. And in that moment, something shifted. A story began that would change countless lives. This isn't just about pets. This is about redemption, about healing, and about two unlikely heroes who became beacons of hope. Prepare to witness a bond so profound, so miraculous. It redefines what it means to be a family. You won't believe what these two accomplished. In a world often filled with noise and chaos, there are quiet corners where miracles unfold. Moments of profound connection that remind us of the purest forms of love. Today, we delve into one such story. A tale of two souls, discarded and forgotten, who found each other. They didn't just survive, they thrived. Not just for themselves, but for countless others. This is the incredible journey of Jasper, the gentle giant, and Willow, the fearless feline. From the despair of a shelter to the triumphs of therapy, they became more than just pets. They became healers, superheroes even. Their journey is a testament to resilience, compassion, and the extraordinary power of an unexpected friendship. It's a story that will make you believe in second chances for both humans and animals alike. Jasper arrived at the city shelter like so many others, a stray. But his condition told a deeper, darker story. His fur was matted, his body skeletal. But it was his eyes that truly broke your heart. They held a haunted look, a deep-seated fear that suggested a history of cruelty. He was a large dog, a majestic German shepherd mix, but he moved like a ghost, flinching at every sound, every sudden movement. Food was barely touched. Human hands, once a source of comfort, now only brought terror. The shelter staff, though kind, knew he was a long shot for adoption. His fear was too pervasive, too ingrained. He would spend his days curled into a tight ball, facing the wall, a silent plea for solitude. Many tried to reach him. Gentle words, soft treats. But Jasper remained unreachable, trapped in his own silent prison of fear. Days turned into weeks. His future looked bleak. No one was willing to take on a dog so deeply traumatized. He was fading. Then came Willow. She wasn't dropped off. She simply appeared. A tiny calico kitten, no older than a few weeks, found huddled by the shelter's back door during a cold, wet autumn night. She was small, covered in fleas, and desperately hungry. But unlike Jasper, there was a spark in her eyes, a fierce, unyielding spirit. She purred when cradled, kneading tiny paws into any available surface. She devoured her food with gusto. Willow quickly captivated the staff. She was playful, curious, a miniature whirlwind of joy. But fate had a peculiar plan for this vibrant little creature. One afternoon, during her designated out-of-kennel time, Willow, ever the explorer, snuck away from her handler. She wound her way through the maze of kennels, her small frame navigating unseen paths. Her destination, it seemed, was Jasper's enclosure. The staff watched, holding their breath. What would happen? A terrified dog, a fearless kitten. Willow, with an almost deliberate calm, slipped under the kennel door. Jasper, usually rigid with fear, merely froze. He didn't growl. He didn't bark. He just watched, his haunted eyes fixated on the tiny creature now padding towards him. She approached slowly, her tail held high. Then, with a gentle bump of her head, she rubbed against his massive, trembling leg. A soft purr, surprisingly loud for such a small cat, filled the kennel. Jasper's body remained tense, but something in his gaze softened, ever so slightly. He didn't pull away. Willow, sensing perhaps an unspoken invitation, settled herself right beside him, a small, warm presence against his cold, shaking form. And then, for the first time since his arrival, Jasper relaxed. A deep, shuddering sigh escaped him. The purr continued, a rhythmic comfort. From that day forward, Willow became his shadow, his tiny, furry guardian. She slept curled against him. She would gently bat his nose when he seemed lost in his fear. She taught him, slowly, what it felt like to be touched without pain, to simply times be times in the presence of another living thing without dread. She was his anchor, his unexpected lifeline. The shelter staff were stunned. They had tried everything, and a tiny cat had succeeded where all human efforts failed. Jasper slowly started to emerge. He'd eat when Willow ate. He'd even take cautious treats from the staff, but only if Willow was nearby, purring encouragement. Their bond was undeniable, profound. It was clear they were inseparable. Finding a home for a cat and a large, still fearful dog together was a challenge, but the story of their unique bond spread. Eventually, a kind woman named Eleanor, a retired nurse with a heart as vast as the ocean, heard their tale. She had a quiet home, a large yard, and a deep understanding of healing. She decided to adopt them both. Eleanor brought them home, and their new life began. Jasper continued to blossom under her gentle care, with Willow always by his side. But Eleanor noticed something else. The calm Jasper exuded when Willow was near. The way he instinctively seemed to offer comfort, however timidly, to Eleanor when she was stressed. And Willow, with her unwavering confidence and gentle purr, had a profound effect on anyone she met. Eleanor had volunteered at children's hospitals during her nursing career. She knew the immense power of animal therapy. An idea sparked. Could Jasper and Willow, these two rescued souls, become therapy animals? It seemed ambitious, given Jasper's past, but Eleanor saw their potential. She enrolled them in a specialized therapy animal program. The training wasn't easy. Jasper still struggled with strangers, especially men, and sudden noises. Willow, while naturally calm, had to learn to tolerate being handled by different people, to sit patiently, to be part of a team. There were moments of doubt. Jasper would cower. Willow would get distracted. But then, they would look at each other. A silent understanding would pass between them, and they would try again. Eleanor observed their incredible teamwork. When Jasper faltered, Willow would rub against his side, a reassuring rumble in her throat. When Willow seemed restless, Jasper would offer a gentle nudge with his nose. They were each other's greatest strength. They passed their certification with flying colors, not just as individuals, but as a unit. The therapy world had never seen a dog and cat team before. Their first assignments were nerve-wracking. They started small, visiting a local nursing home. The residents adored them. Willow would curl up on laps, purring softly, her warmth a comfort to arthritic hands. Jasper, still a little shy, would lean gently against wheelchairs, allowing quiet pats. But their biggest challenge Their most profound impact was yet to come. Eleanor received a call about a young girl named Lily at a specialized children's hospital. Lily had endured a severe trauma. She was withdrawn, rarely spoke, and suffered from extreme anxiety. Traditional therapies were yielding little progress. The doctors were desperate for anything that might break through her shell. Eleanor, with a hopeful heart, offered Jasper and Willow. They entered Lily's hospital room. The atmosphere was heavy with unspoken pain. Lily sat in a chair, her eyes vacant, staring at the wall. Jasper, sensing the profound sadness, hesitated. He looked at Willow. Willow, with her characteristic confidence, jumped onto the bed next to Lily. Not too close, not too far. She began to purr, a soft, rhythmic vibration that filled the quiet room. Jasper, emboldened by Willow, slowly approached Lily. He didn't try to lick her or nudge her. He simply laid down beside her chair, his large, warm body a reassuring presence. Minutes stretched into an eternity. Eleanor and the nurses watched, holding their breath. Then, slowly, almost imperceptibly, Lily's hand reached out. Her tiny fingers, trembling, brushed against Willow's soft fur. A faint smile, the first anyone had seen in months, touched Lily's lips. That was the breakthrough. Day after day, Jasper and Willow visited Lily. Willow would purr her to sleep during difficult nights. Jasper would lie patiently, allowing Lily to confide her fears into his warm fur. He absorbed her sadness, offering silent comfort. The presence of these two, who asked for nothing but offered everything, slowly mended Lily's shattered heart. She began to speak again, first to Willow, then to Jasper, then to Eleanor, and finally to her doctors and family. The transformation was miraculous. Lily started drawing pictures of her superhero dog and cat. She hugged them tightly, her laughter echoing in the once silent room. Jasper and Willow had achieved what no human intervention could. They had healed a broken spirit, not with words, but with pure, unconditional love. But the story holds an even deeper layer of emotional resonance, a twist that Eleanor herself discovered months later. While sifting through old shelter records, she found Jasper's original intake form. And then, hidden amongst the details, a single line about a litter of kittens found near his initial pickup location. One calico kitten, specifically, a tiny detail that connected them in a way no one could have imagined. It wasn't just a chance encounter at the shelter. Jasper and Willow, it turned out, had likely known each other before. Perhaps they had been strays from the same area, a forgotten family briefly separated, only to be reunited by fate's hand in the most unlikely of places. Their bond wasn't just formed in captivity. It was a reunion of kindred spirits, destined to be together. This revelation only deepened the profound understanding of their connection, highlighting that their rescue and their subsequent work was always meant to be. They weren't just shelter animals. They were two pieces of a puzzle that had finally found each other again. Today, Jasper and Willow are legends. Their story has touched hearts far beyond Lily's hospital room. They continue their work, a quiet force of healing, bringing comfort to veterans, children with special needs, and the elderly. They visit schools, teaching empathy and kindness. Their presence alone can de-escalate anxiety, bring smiles to weary faces, and offer a moment of peace in a troubled world. Eleanor often watches them, a lump in her throat, knowing the profound impact these two discarded souls have had. They prove that true heroism doesn't require capes or superpowers. Sometimes it just requires a purr, a gentle nudge, and an unwavering heart. They teach us that even from the darkest places, light can emerge, that every life has purpose, and that the most powerful connections often transcend species, language, and all expectations. Their journey from forgotten shelter animals to cherished superheroes reminds us all of the endless capacity for love, compassion, and healing that exists within every living being. What an incredible journey for Jasper and Willow. Their story is a powerful reminder that second chances aren't just for humans, that love can be found in the most unexpected places, and that the purest forms of healing often come from those who have known the deepest pain. If this heartwarming tale of resilience and unexpected friendship touched your heart, please give this video a big thumbs up. Like this video to help spread their amazing story. And if you want to see more incredible animal tales, more stories of courage and connection from the animal kingdom, hit that subscribe button right now to join the Dog and Cat Universe Hub family. We bring you inspiring content every week. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. What part of Jasper and Willow's story resonated with you the most? Do you believe animals have a unique power to heal? Share your comments and experiences below. Your engagement helps us continue sharing these vital stories. Thank you for watching, and remember, kindness truly changes lives.